Next we have a problem. Show that integral minus infinity to infinity x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx equal to pi by root 2. And we will solve this problem by residue theorem. Let our f of x equal to x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4. First we find the singularities of this function. That means the points, we want to find the points at which the function loses its analyticity. And x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 is not analytic when 1 plus x raised to 4 equal to 0. That means x raised to 4 equal to minus 1, which implies x equal to fourth root of minus 1. അതായത് ഈ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ്റെ സിംഗുലർ പോയിന്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഫോർത്ത് റൂട്ട് ഓഫ് മൈനസ് 1 ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, വി വോണ്ട് ടു ഫൈൻഡ് ദ എക്സിൻ്റെ വാല്യൂ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണം. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വി വോണ്ട് ടു ഫൈൻഡ് ദ വാല്യൂസ് ഓഫ് ഫോർത്ത് റൂട്ട് ഓഫ് minus 1. Okay, and we have fourth root. We have suppose we want to find some nth root of minus 1. What is the definition of nth root of minus 1? Nth root of minus 1 equal to e raised to I pi by n all raised to 2k plus 1, where k equal to 0, 1, 2, etc. up to n minus 1. This is the nth root of minus 1. We want to find the fourth root of minus 1. This implies fourth root of minus 1 equal to e raised to I pi by our n equal to 4 for 2k plus 1 and k equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. By putting k equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, we will get 4 values. നമുക്ക് 4 values കിട്ടും. Let it be some z1, z2, z3 and z4. That is z1 equal to z1 എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് kക്ക് 0, 1 വാല്യൂ കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ that is e raised to I pi by 4. kക്ക് 0 കൊടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ 2 into 0 plus 1. That is z1 equal to e raised to I pi by 4. What is its value? E raised to I pi by 4 equal to, we know that this is equal to 1 plus I by root 2. ഇങ്ങനെ ഇത് ഫൈൻഡ് ചെയ്യാം. e raised to I pi by 4 equal to cos pi by 4 plus I sin pi by 4. Then it is equal to 1 plus I by root 2. And z2 equal to e raised to I pi by 4 raised to 2k plus 2 when k equal to 1. k ക്ക് 1 എന്ന വാല്യൂ കൊടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ we get 2 into 1 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 3. This is our z2. And this value is equal to, ഇതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്, e raised to I 3 pi by 4. This is equal to minus 1 plus I by root 2. Next z3. z3 equal to e raised to I pi by 4 all raised to k equal to 2. k is equal to 2, then 2 into 2, 4 plus 1, 5. That is e raised to I 5 pi by 4 and its value equal to minus 1 minus I by root 2. And what is our z4? z4 equal to e raised to I pi by 4. When k is equal to 3, this becomes 2 into 3, 6 plus 1, 7. This is equal to e raised to I 7 pi by 4 and its value equal to 1 minus I by root 2. ഈ വാല്യൂസ് എങ്ങനെ കിട്ടിയ നമുക്കറിയാം e raised to ix equal to cos x plus I sin x ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ ആ വാല്യൂസ് കൊടുത്താൽ നമുക്ക് we will get these values. Okay, so നമുക്ക് കിട്ടി ഈ z1, z2, z3, z4 are the singular point of this function. Okay, അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് സിംഗുലർ പോയിന്റ്സ് എന്തെന്ന് കിട്ടി. നെക്സ്റ്റ് ഈ z1, z2, z3, z4 this can be represented as 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2. അതായത് some x, y, x plus കോംപ്ലക്സ് നമ്പർ x plus I y ആണെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ x y ഡിനോട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് 1 by root 2. This is 1 by root 2 and this is minus 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2. ഇത് minus 1 by root 2, minus 1 by root 2. ഇത് 1 by root 2, minus 1 by root 2. അപ്പോൾ out of z1, z2, z3, z4 point Z1 and Z2 lies above the upper half plane. ഇതിൽ Z1 ഉം Z2 ആണ് upper half plane above ആയിട്ടുള്ളത് അല്ലേ. And so we let some r greater than 1 and let gamma be a closed path which is the boundary of the upper half of the disk of radius r. നമ്മൾ radius r, this is our origin and we consider some radius r. So this is some minus r, this is r, this is gamma. That means this gamma is a closed path which is the boundary of the upper half plane of the disk of radius r. The radius r ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഈ ഡിസ്കിൻ്റെ upper half plane boundary ആണ് gamma എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. And we know that our Z1 and Z2 lies above the upper half plane. And let Z1 and Z2. Then we can apply our residue theorem. അല്ലേ, അപ്പോൾ നമുക്കുണ്ട് residue theorem ഇങ്ങനെ തന്നെയായിരുന്നു. സപ്പോസ് നമുക്ക് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് Z1ലും Z2ലും ഫംഗ്ഷൻ അനലറ്റിക് അല്ലായിരുന്നു. അവിടെ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് residue theorem എടുത്തിരിക്കുക. We choose some A1, A2, etc. AK such that the function is not analytic at A1, A2, etc. AM. Here we have Z1 and Z2 and our function is not analytic at Z1 and Z2. Then we can apply residue theorem. Okay. Then by residue theorem we have residue theorem we have 1 by 2 pi I integral over gamma f equals and then the summation n of some gamma k z k into residue of f comma gamma k. So this is equal to residue f z1 n of gamma z1 plus residue f comma z2 n of gamma z2. Because we Z1 and Z2 ആണ് നമ്മൾ upper half plane നമ്മൾ consider ചെയ്യുന്ന singular points. Okay, so by residue theorem we have 1 by 2 pi I into integral gamma f equal to residue of f z1 n of gamma z1 plus residue f z2 n of gamma comma z2. Okay, let it be our 1. Let this is equal to our 1. Okay, then now 1 by 2 pi I integral over gamma f. This is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over minus r to r sub z square divided by 1 plus z square dz. Here in the integration through the real axis, അതായത് നമുക്ക് വേണ്ടത് this is our region. So we integrate first through this axis. Okay, this real we first integrate through along this real axis, then through this semicircle from r to minus r. Okay, അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ first 1 by 2 pi I into integral minus r to r means we integrate this function along real axis. So in real axis we have y equal to 0, then z equal to x plus iy, y equal to 0 again, this is equal to x, z equal to x, then this is equal to, we can replace z by x square divided by 1 plus x square dx plus 1 by 2 pi I integral over. Next we want to integrate along the semicircle from r to minus r. Let it denote some semicircle from r to minus r. Then 1 by 2 pi I into integral over cr z square divided by 1 plus z square dz. അതായത് നമ്മൾ ഈ ഫംഗ്ഷനെ ഇൻ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ആദ്യം നമ്മൾ റിയൽ ആക്സിസിലൂടെ ഇൻ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്തു, നെക്സ്റ്റ് നമ്മൾ ഈ സെമി സർക്കിളിലൂടെ ഇൻ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, നെക്സ്റ്റ് this is equal to ഒന്നുകൂടി നോക്കുക, this this is our 1, and we consider 1 by 2 pi I integral over gamma f. This is equal to, first we integrate this function. First we integrate along real axis, okay, along real axis, and then we integrate along the semicircle, okay. And since in the real axis y equal to 0, we have z equal to x. So this is 1 by 2 pi into integral over r2 minus r2 r x square divided by 1 plus x square dx, plus, and this is the integration along the semicircle from minus r to r, so from r to minus r. So this is plus 1 by 2 pi I into integral over here, where here denote the semicircle from r to minus r, z square divided by 1 plus z square dz, okay. Now this is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over minus r to r x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4. This is x raised to 4. X square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx plus 1 by 2 pi I integral over the semicircle from r to minus r implies the integration from 0 to pi. And we put our z equal to r e raised to I theta. Then dz equal to r e raised to I theta I d theta. Okay. Then our z equal to r e raised to I theta. Then z square equal to r square e I 2 theta. And what is our dz? Dz equal to r I e raised to I theta d theta divided by 1 plus r raised to 4 e I 4 theta. Okay. Then we get this is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over minus r to r x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx plus 1 by 2 pi. This I and this I cancel each other. So we get this is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral over 0 to pi r square into r. This is equal to r cube e raised to I 2 theta into e raised to I theta. E raised to 3 I theta d theta divided by 1 plus r raised to 4 e raised to I 4 theta. Let it be sum 2. Now consider mod 1 plus r raised to 4 e raised to 4 I theta. That is, we consider the modulus of this term. Mod 1 plus r raised to 4 e raised to 4 I theta, which is greater than or equal to modulus r raised to 4 e raised to 4 I theta minus mod 1. By the inequality, triangular inequality, we have mod 1 plus r raised to 4 e raised to 4 I theta greater than or equal to mod r raised to 4 e raised to 4 I theta minus mod 1. This is equal to mod e raised to 4 I theta equal to 1. This is equal to r raised to 4 minus 1. Therefore, mod integral over 0 to pi r cube e raised to I 3 theta divided by 1 plus r raised to 4 e raised to I 4 theta. This is greater than or equal to r cube divided by ഇതിൻ്റെ ഒരു മിനിമം വാല്യൂ നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചായിരുന്നു. So ഇതിൻ്റെ റെസിപ്രോക്കൽ ആകുമ്പോൾ this become the maximum value of 1 by 1 plus r raised to 4 e raised to 4 I theta. So this we replace it by r raised to 4 minus 1 integral of 0 to pi d theta. d theta is equal to pi. So pi r cube divided by r raised to 4 minus 1. Let it be some star. Okay. Now we letting r tends to infinity. Now letting r tends to infinity, then we get 1 by 2 pi I integral over gamma f equal to, this is equal to by this is equal to 1 by 2 pi I limit r tends to infinity. That is we letting r tends to infinity is equal to minus r integral over minus r to r x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx plus 1 by 2 pi I limit r tends to infinity integral over cr z square divided by 1 plus z square dz. Let it be some 3. Okay. Then this implies 1 by 2 pi I integral over gamma f equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over, when r tends to infinity, this integral from minus r to r become integral from minus infinity to infinity x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx, and this becomes 0. Why this becomes 0? This time becomes 0 since that form we will get this term by putting z equal to r e raised to I theta to z. So we find an upper bound for this term. If term we upper bound kanduchu, so that upper bound is equal to pi r cube divided by r raised to 4 minus 1. So when r tends to infinity, this term becomes 0. Okay. So actually we have a 1 by 2 pi a into limit r tends to infinity integral over cr z square divided by 1 plus z square ds. ഈ സെറ്റിന് ആർ ഇ റേസ് ടു ഐ തീറ്റ പറഞ്ഞ് നമ്മൾ വാല്യൂസ് സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടിയതാണ് വിച്ച് ഈസ് ഗ്രേറ്റർ ദാൻ ഓർ ഈക്വൽ ടു പൈ ആർ ക്യൂബ് ഡിവൈഡ് ബൈ ആർ റേസ് ടു 4 minus 1. Okay, and if we let in this r tends to infinity, this becomes 0. That is, this becomes 0. Then we will get 1 by 2 pi I integral over gamma f equal to 1 by 2 pi into integral over minus infinity to infinity x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx. Okay. Let it be some 4. Then by 1 we have 2 pi I into residue of f comma z1 plus residue of f comma z2 equals minus infinity to infinity x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx. Okay, by 1. That is, what is our 1? Our 1 is equal to 1 by 2 pi a into integral over f equal to residue of f comma z1 into n gamma z1 plus residue of f comma z2 n gamma z2. Okay, then this by this we can write that the 2 pi I into residue of f z1 plus residue of f comma z2 equal to integral over minus infinity to infinity x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx. Okay. Now we want to find the value of residue f at z1 and residue of f at z2. And residue f at z1. this is equal to, we have our Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 are the symbol pole of F. Now we have to find the residue of F at Z1 and residue of F at Z2. First we find the residue of F at Z1. We know that our roots Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 are symbol poles. The symbol poles in a definition ഉപയോഗിച്ചാൽ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടും ഈ റൂട്ട്സ് ഒക്കെ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഈ പോൾസ് ഒക്കെ സിമ്പിൾ പോൾസ് ആണ്, Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4. So we know how to find the residue of a function at a symbol pole. Then by definition of a symbol pole, then by the definition of a residue at a symbol pole, we have residue of F at Z1 equal to limit Z tends to Z1, Z minus Z1 into F of Z. This is equal to limit Z tends to Z1, Z minus Z1, and we put the values of F of Z. This is equal to Z square divided by Z raised to 4 plus 1 can be written as Z minus Z1 into Z minus Z2 into Z minus Z3 into Z minus Z4. And this is equal to, and this Z1 minus Z1 and this Z minus Z1 cancel. Then and this Z tends to Z1, so this becomes Z1 square. This is equal to Z1 square divided by this Z become Z1. So Z1 minus Z2, Z1 minus Z3 into Z1 minus Z4. And next we put the values of Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4. Okay, we know that the value of Z1 equal to e raised to I pi by 4. So we want Z1 square, that is e raised to pi by 4 square, that is e raised to pi by 2 divided by, if you find these values we get this is equal to 2 by root 2 into 2 into 1 plus I by root 2 into 2I by root 2. And if you find this value we get root 2 divided by 4 into 1 plus I. That is the residue of F at Z1 equal to root 2 divided by 4 into 1 plus I. Now we want to find the residue of the function F at Z2. Okay. And then we know that this Z2 is also symbol pole. So by definition we have residue of F at Z2 equal to limit Z tends to Z2, Z minus Z2 into F of Z. This is equal to Z2 square divided by Z2 minus Z1 into Z2 minus Z3 into Z2 minus Z4. And if you put these values we get this is equal to root 2 divided by 4 into minus 1 plus I. Okay. Now what is our 4? Our 4 equal to 1 by 2 pi I, our 4 equal to 2 pi I into sum of the residues at Z1 and Z2 equal to integral over minus infinity to infinity x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx. And we put the values of the residues at in the equation 4. So we get the integral over minus infinity to infinity x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx equal to 2 pi I into the sum of residues, that is root 2 divided by 4 into 1 plus I plus root 2 divided by 4 into minus 1 plus I. This is equal to 2 pi I into this root 2 and 4 is common for both these terms. So I take this root 2 by 4 outside, then I get the into 1 plus I plus 1 divided by minus 1 plus I. This is equal to 2 pi I root 2 by 4 minus 1 plus I plus 1 plus I divided by I square minus 1. Because this is of the type, this is of the form a plus b into a minus b, which is equal to a square minus b square. And this is equal to 2 pi I root 2 by 4 into this minus 1 plus 1, 0, I plus I 2i. 2i divided by I square minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 2. Okay. So 2 into 4, here is also 4. So this will get cancelled. And I into I minus 1, this is also minus 1. So this minus 1 will get cancelled. And what is remain that pi root 2 divided by 2. And if we cancel root 2 and 2, we get root 2. That is pi by root 2. So we got integral over minus infinity to infinity x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 4 dx equal to pi by root 2. Okay.